braid these flowers while the ribbon in the park from old world hands to this day. She connects the little signs. Every why do we do that turns to gold in her mind. Look at the blossom line, look at the table set. Little truths in sunlight, you ain't heard them yet. Linda's Curiosity Corner. Come on, spring and summer wonder. Come on, why do we do that? Why do we do? Linda's Curiosity Corner, right in the sun. Ooh. Maple tape and picnic lace, lemonade in plastic cups, fireflies on the porch rail and the thunder rolling up. She tells you where it came from and why it still feels right. Old stories in the warm air make the whole day shine. Look at the blossom line, look at the table set. Little juicy sunlight, you ain't heard them yet. Linda's Curiosity Corner. Come on, spring and summer wonder. Come on, why do we do that? Why do we do that? Linda's Curiosity Corner, right in the sun.
Well, thanks, Mary. This, it's so many. I like that. Bountiful wonders. There are so many bountiful wonders. And, it's Monday is June. And normally, that's why I should have different facts and trivia about June. I'll have to do that next week. But summer is coming, even though it's chilly here today. Um, Summer is coming, and so that's why I wanted some talk about just sun exposure and things that we can think about and plan for now. Not Memorial Day. Last week is like the kickoff of the summer season, and June starts really getting warm. June, July, August is the summer months up here in the northern hemisphere, and especially in upstate New York and you know upstate part of the United States. But we do have to take some precautions because, especially where we live, where during the winter months we don't get that much sun, and so sometimes we forget that we should be a little more careful. Actually, I have a dermatologist appointment. My yearly checkup um, is coming up this month, and that's something, especially as we get older. But just I have a yearly checkup just to make sure it's like, what's that funny spot, or is there, is that mole, does that look right to you? Um, and so it's just one of those precautions, actually, that we should take advantage of. One thing is wearing sunscreen, and you think, oh, I'm not in the sun that much. The sun's not, I'm not in the Caribbean. I'm, up here. Um, but especially if you're out in the sun more, um, it's really one of the most important habits that you can adapt year round, but especially in the summer. It not only protects against the ultraviolet rays, excuse me, but protects against premature aging. Um, Too much sun can cause skin cancer, um, but it can also contribute to fine lines and wrinkles and age spots. Um, and then, so we're even on cloudy days, because as much as 80% of those aggressive UV rays can still shine through. This week, today, we have cloudy, partly sunny and cloudy, but you're out more, you're gardening, um, just working around the house, getting that lawn in good shape. So you're out in the sun more, more than you think sometimes. Um, and remember, if you're going into the water, when it gets warm enough um, to um, to get in the pool, um, choose a sunscreen that's water resistant and apply it 15 minutes before and let it dry on your skin before swimming. Um, because in a bathing suit, and you're going to have a lot more skin exposed than normally. So take keep that. Um, an average adult needs a full ounce of sunscreen to apply to their entire body, and wears some sun protective clothing in the summer. Um, and there's so many neat things today, um, special fabrics that can protect
block
against sun.
block the UVs. What I find so interesting, if we go through our history,
Uh huh.
back in the period of time, the Southern Bells, the plantation time, the the classes were based on how tan you were. So the richer you were, the whiter and paler you were because you
Yes,
were protected from the sun.
exactly. You weren't
And
working
then
out in the fields.
you always saw hats on to cover your face, clothes covering you. And then we got to like what, the 70s, 80s, and it was all about baby oil and laying out in the sun. And
It's funny when you said that because growing up, I had cousins from Texas, and they were, you know, it was a big thing with them. They came up here for the summer, and they got tan. And I just remember my Texan aunt being very upset because back home, even the swimming pool was covered. It was now, mind you, this is back in the '60s, but it was you know if you got brown, you were it's like, oh, you weren't the country club set, you know. And to us it was just so funny because of course we would, even as blonde as we all were, we would get tan during the summer and think nothing of it. And I just remember my Texan aunt was upset because the kids got tan. Um, but when you talk about, and that's why that rule of wearing white in summer kind of came from, because dark clothing, um, um, which is funny because dark clothing provides a greater level of protection than light colors, but we just let's see here. I thought this was interesting. For example, um, a, a, a long sleeve denim shirt will offer a SPF around 1700 versus a white t shirt, which only offers an SPF about 7. But, I mean, you don't really want to wear a heavy denim shirt in a 90-degree weather. Um, so that's funny. But then, even like you said, wear a hat, because your scalp still needs protection, um, even if you have a full head of hair. um, a study of patients with skin cancer, 90%, almost 90% of the cancerous tumors occurred on the head, the face, and the scalp. My dad's first skin cancer showed up at the top of his ear. And so it's just one of those things, um, about wearing hats in the summer. I bought a really neat wide brim hat, and it packs folds nicely, and but it's one of those things, because I'm concerned, knowing what my dad went through with skin cancer, that I really don't want to have that happen. Um, and so I will wear, if I'm when I'm vacationing, or even I out in the yard, if I'm doing yard work, um, I wear the hat during the summer. Um, let's see what other interesting things that we have. Oh, using the right moisturizer. So you might have to shift. If you have like dry skin in the winter, just watch. And get the right kind of moisturizer for your skin. You may need to pare back on the moisturizer and exfoliate more, um, and or shift to a more lightweight moisturizer, um, because it's not as dry in the winter here, especially with the hot, inside temperatures, with the forced air or however you heat your home inside, during the winter, your house could really be very dry, whereas in the summer, um, you're out more, and even in hot temperatures, tends to be a little more humid. So, and stay hydrated. And this is something year round, of course, but the average adult body is 60% water after all, but your skin is comprised of about 64% water, so it's especially sensitive to dehydration. And I, it's easy to get dehydrated in the summer. That happened to me. I ended up getting just short of heat stroke one time. We were out, um, and it was really horrible feeling. So don't put yourself through that, because your body can sweat more, and sometimes you don't even realize it. Um, but dehydration can give skin a duller, you know, duller look, so you don't want to. So make sure drinking enough water, stay hydrated is the easiest way to keep your skin looking its best. And hot showers feel good no matter what time of year, but during the summer you might want to reconsider. Hot water on the skin causes dryness and strips your skin's natural oils. Instead, opt for warm water, shower with a closed door to increase the humidity, and immediately apply moisturizer to your skin after showering, which you should do every all year, but especially in the summer. Um,
When you're hot and you're miserable, if you take a warm shower, which is just a little bit warmer than like your room temperature, when you
mhm.
get out, you feel cool.
Yes, yes, yes. And especially if you're out doing any kind of activity, actually, even laying around in the sun, you get sweaty. Take that cool shower, that lukewarm shower. Reviving. Um, and say
You
if you've been working around the house all day, doing yard work, planting, those flowers and weeding, doing anything, taking a nice shower before then, if you want to go out for dinner or even make dinner, just it would just really revive you. Watermelon. See, oh my gosh, we've been last summer. In fact, I bought a watermelon yesterday. Last summer, we just lived on watermelon. It's sweet, and it doesn't have a lot of calories, and you're getting the extra moisture in your system too.
and it also contains electrolytes, which helps refill your body.
Aha. Okay. See, so many.
Any all those melons, the
Mm-hmm.
must all carry electrolytes, so it's kind of like a physical form of Gatorade.
Yes. Yes.
Like my husband does construction, so I always try every so often to make sure I cut up like a big watermelon and send it to him with work for the guys when I know it's going to be really hot.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I know Ron bought some Gatorade yesterday. He drinks a lot of fluid, and sometimes he said, "I'm just getting tired of plain water." So every once in a while, he'll just get a case of Gatorade. So he did that yesterday. Um, one of the things too during the summer um, is getting enough sleep. Sometimes because the sun is up, which is really nice. You know, during the winter, the sun sets around 6 o'clock, and now it's like 9:30 already. Right now, it's the sunset, beautiful sunset yesterday, um, around 9 p.m. And so, and sometime during the summer, even later. And so you just keep on going and going. But it's important to get enough sleep because your skin will look better for it. And so it's, but summer can also be a great time for napping. You know, just have a wonderful um, lounge chair in your backyard, and or if you have one of those nice deep front porches, just take the time to settle back with a nice book, glass of iced tea, and just relax. You don't have to be active 24 hours a day. Excuse me. Um, so because June, oh, so many things are happening in June. Um, One thing we just saw a note. We have a wonderful park in our neighborhood, and we I just we just saw a sign that on June 20th we're having a fabulous day in the park, and so they'll have music and um, different vendors set up, fireworks at 10 o'clock at night, so from 1 to 10, just a wonderful day. They're having a um, Beatlemania thing, a musical group, all kinds of musical groups during the day. They have I love how they set it up. They always have two stages, so the music just continues one after another, and it's such a nice time. Actually, that's just about how it looks. It's just a wonderful, wonderful day. I look forward to. So there's probably during the summer three big um, parties in our park, and this is just the neighborhood park, not even um, the main park in Buffalo. But it's just a wonderful time just to get together with friends, um, and just relax and enjoy the neighborhood. And weddings, a lot of June weddings, and just graduation, Father's Day. There's so many things to celebrate in June. So, so keep those in mind. Yeah, school closed for summer. Yay. So, and that's coming up. I know the kids are getting antsy to get out of school, and the parents are thinking, "Oh no, now what do I do with them all summer?" So, um
We go until the 5th, so we have 1 week left.
oh really? Wow. Yeah, I think school around here, it's been quite a few years since I've been out of school. But I think it's near the mid or end of June, if I remember correctly. Um, I know some places the end of May, school's over, but around here it's mid June, I think. Um,
See, like here, we space when we start. So last night, our seniors graduated. They're done. They start like a week early.
okay. See, up here
Uh,
they school doesn't start until after Labor Day, in September. Um, and then it depends on how many school closing days because of whether they have it enters into it somehow. But as I said, it's been quite a few years since since my school days, so I can't really remember, and who knows if it's changed. Um, so
See, where we live, we're a town of 1,200 people. We have our own school district. And so it's small enough where the parents vote if we start the next year before or after Labor Day. So that all determines on what the parents have going on. Like FFA is big.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay. So, but just enjoy the summer, but prepare for it. Prepare for how you eat. Don't overeat because you may have all kinds of picnics, which are wonderful and really good to have, and just keep your health in mind. Um, get out and exercise more, and just take those walks in the park. We have just wonderful little, it's not that little, but in our park it's wonderful walking trails. And so I keep telling Ron that this summer we are going to take advantage of some of those trails. They're paved nicely and they're so pretty and kind of wind through, and it's just, looks wonderful every time we go by. I said, okay, this year we're going to get out and just walk on some of these wonderful trails. Um, One of the things that we're going to be doing today actually is going to Niagara Falls. We have Niagara Falls is 20 minutes away, and it's one of those places that people come from all over the world just to see Niagara Falls, and here it is right in our backyard. Um, and so we'll probably go up a little later this afternoon and go to lunch at one of our favorite restaurants in Canada. And so it's really a fabulous thing. Um, and so things in your neighborhood, um, Mary, if you get over to Austin, Minnesota, isn't
Hmm.
that where
Spam
the
is from?
yes, yes. I was just in Reader's Digest. It had a thing on little known museums, and Austin, Minnesota, the Spam Museum was one that was listed. I thought that was cute. So
Yep, that is the only what, honey. Austin is how far from here? How far is Spam from here? Uh, Spam from here, the museum. Duh. Now, how far is Austin from here? We're 25 miles away.
see,
We
and
always tease Andy about it because him and Ariana love Spam. And if you watch the original How I Met Your Mother, one of the guys was from Minnesota. So they always called Spam sliced processed alien meat.
it says here, Austin, Minnesota, dedicated solely to the much mocked brand of pre-cooked meat. This free 14,000 square foot museum tells the history of the Hormel Company, the originator of Spam, and its mark on the world. Highlights include Monty Python's famous Spam sketch and free Spamples given out by volunteer guides who are known as the Spambassadors. And then now there's even one in our hometown. Um, in Jamestown, New York, is the National Comedy Center. Believe it or not, it wasn't there when we lived in our first 12 years of marriage, back in the 70s, was in Jamestown, which is about 80 miles south of Buffalo, right on the Pennsylvania line. And Jamestown, New York is where Lucille Ball is from. And this museum, it was built after we left, but we haven't gotten down there. My brother has. Um, it features exhibits such as Jerry Seinfeld's puffy shirt and Joan Rivers' card catalog of 65,000 jokes. Before visitors go through the turnstiles, they create their sense of humor profile, says Executive Director um, Gunderson. Oh gosh, I know the Gundersons. They choose what they find funny, and the data is collected and a digital chip they wear on a wrist called the laughing band. so that the comedy content is customized based on their personal taste. Wow. So I really should get down and visit there. So that but that's interesting. Both of us, within a couple miles have museums that are in the Reader's Digest. So how about
Yes.
that?
Well, here's the fun thing about Medford, Minnesota, where I grew up. This is where we get the spam thing from, and I tease my husband about this. So, coming up July 14th this year, so back in 75, was it 75, the alien thing? Honey, was it 75, the alien thing, or was it 79? So, July 14th of 75, so this year's an anniversary of the lights or spacecraft that they saw here in Medford, and actually Leonard Nimoy did a whole thing on it,
Wow.
which actually is right behind our house now, but was a block away.
Aliens among us.
And that's where we tease Andy about it, because when they eat spam, sliced processed alien meat, he's actually a cannibal eating his own kind.
Uh, so, so if we visit you in Medford and see all those little green men running around, we know that they just made themselves at home, huh? In
That's what I
Medford.
tell Andy all the time. I go, this is why you are the way you are. You're a pond baby.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Hey, I
That's
live in the
wonderful.
nowhere. I have to entertain myself somehow.
Oh, super, super. Well, enjoy the outside activities as the temperatures get warmer and you're out and about more. I know our friends in Florida, they're like, "What do you mean getting warmer?" Of course, it's warm all year. So, but up here in the north, it's not. So we take advantage um, um, of getting out more than we had in January or February or even March. So now is our time to enjoy our yards and enjoy the things that is just you know wonderful upstate New York and same with up excuse me after cold hard winters it's nice just to take advantage of the the warmth of the parks, the yards, and just all the activities that you have within walking or driving distance. Um, you don't have to take a vacation cross country. You can take a vacation and find out things within an hour drive of your own house. So, and I
A
think would probably
staycation.
yes, a staycation, but just get out and enjoy. In fact, that's one of the things I'm going to do in the next couple of weeks is just from point A, what can take a put take a pin for where your house is and make a circle of an hour away and think of all the different things in your area that is just an hour or two drive away that you maybe have never have been to. Like with me, I've never been to the comedy center in Jamestown, even though we lived there 12 years. But since we moved back to Buffalo, it was built after that. So think of things that you can do this summer that doesn't, you don't have to buy an airplane ticket. You can just, there's one of the news programs, they during the summer, they have a whole thing where
Mhm.
you can go on a tank of gas. Um, and that's something to plan this summer. And so, um, you know, get a circumference or what is that? Not a protractor. I'm trying to think of there is
A
a
compass.
tool compass, yes, and just pinpoint your town and then do a circle around and just explore where you can go um, in a 2 hour distance.
Or just
For
Google it.
us, up into Canada. So, there's things that you can look into. So let's make some plans for the summer and things that we can see and experience something brand new. So, Mary, have a wonderful day. I'm going to see if he's getting ready to go on our little jaunt because yesterday he said, let's go to Canada. It's like it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon already. We could go there for dinner and come back, but let's plan a whole day up at Niagara Falls today. So that's what we're going to do. So
You have
enjoy,
fun. Make
enjoy.
sure he has all of his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we got out to the car yesterday and had to head back in because he didn't have his wallet. So then we head back to the car. I don't have keys, so we and it's still so funny. It's like the keys are in my purse. The car starts, but he has to have keys in his hand. It's like you don't need keys in your hand, to start the car. As long as they're in the car and they're in my purse, so you don't have to worry about it. But you know, you know, uh,
That's security.
yes, yes. It's like I always had them, have to have the keys. Although it's good to have the keys because I've been tending to lock the door every time we go out. Um, you know, and so if we don't have keys, you can't get back in. Um, so 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 we
And
just
it's hard
have
to
to.
find metal hangers now to rig your to get in there and unlock your
I
car.
don't think I could even. I've never been able to do that. Not that I've ever tried. So anyways, but yeah. Um, well, enjoy. Have a wonderful day, and get out and explore. So you said right now it's 53 degrees here, partly sunny, but you much warmer.
Oh yeah, we've been in the high 80s, low 90s last couple
Wow.
days.
We had one day of 85 a couple weeks ago, but it's been in the 60s ever since. So, um,
I'll trade you.
yeah. Well, I do look forward to having the heat. So, because as I said, we just um haven't had it yet, but it will be, and so it's good to prepare now for it. So. With that, I'll say have a wonderful day and thanks for listening. And get out and explore. That's what the summer's for. You don't have to worry about cold and ice. Just the only ice we can have is on our iced tea. So enjoy, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.